interaction begins. Now he's approaching closer. He's just dragging. Oh my god.
So get off my scene. No, pull her ass out, put her in our bar, send her to the ground.
This officer is a menace and a danger to society. He needs to be removed from the force. He's gonna kill somebody very, very soon. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, Raw Law Unfiltered, with your favorite host of all time, the DUI guy. Plus today, we are going to be talking about something magnificent, something terrifying, something so shocking, it completely unearths the fabric of my existence, because I have no answers. I have no answers. It makes me shudder to think that these sorts of things are going on in our country on a day-to-day basis. What am I talking about? So some of you have sent me this video, and shout out to John Bryan Esquire, also known as the civil rights lawyer on YouTube, who has, first of all, congrats on all your success, man. I've never seen anybody fly so fast through the ranks. I mean, he just hit 500,000 subscribers yesterday, and he's already approaching like 600,000. It is insanity, and I'm so proud of him, and I'm so happy for him. But here's the reality. Here's the sticky. Apparently, a young girl about the age of 16 in South Whitley was stopped and allegedly arrested and thrown on the ground for refusing to identify who she was, which you are not mandated to identify. I mean, maybe you have to show some ID if you're driving, like in this case, but let's find out if we have audio. But this video is absolutely terrifying. Let's watch. The following footage came from the gas station as Officer Schimmel's body cam was not on, and he probably abused that fact. He thought that this interaction would never see the light of day, did he? We are so lucky to have a camera directly on that vantage point. South Whitley, Indiana, Officer Brian Richard Patrick Schimmel, on the job less than 1 year, so he's a rookie. She is 5'6", 100 pounds, 18-year-old female, charged with speeding, failure to identify, and resisting arrest. She's on her way from school, on her way home from school, and this is her first time ever in her life getting pulled over. So if there was a recipe for disaster, is rookie cop meets rookie citizen. And I think now I understand, maybe I understand why this may have happened. Let's start a clock on how quickly things escalate. Ready? So the interaction begins. He's talking to the young lady. We don't know what they're talking about. Now sound came on, but we still can't hear anything. He opens the car door. He's not really gesturing her to come out. I don't know if he's asking her to come out. Now he's approaching closer. 45 seconds in. He's approaching even closer still. Oh, you can tell. Oh, now he's leaning in. It hasn't even been a minute yet, and he's very confrontational. I wish we had sound on what they're talking about. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Oh my goodness, at the 1 minute 20-second mark. He's just dragging. Oh my god. He just drug her out. Why? Did you see that yank? Oh my god, I want to play it again. That was atrocious. Boom. Yoink. He just grabbed her by the arm and just jerked her out. Who does that? How can you treat another human being like this? And now he's radioing in for backup? She's laying on the ground. She's not even doing anything. She's not a threat. Her driver's license is literally just like thrown a few feet away from her face. This is crazy. Okay, now he's helping her up because she can barely... She's probably shell-shocked. What was that? I'll tell you what it was. That was a lawsuit. That's what that was. First of all, I hope that officer was fired. If he's suspended without pay. Wait a minute, and now we have a body camera? What happened to the body camera before? You have to be joking me.
Injured in any way, would you like the medics to check you out? Okay. I'm going to read you your Miranda Rights, okay? I have to read these to you since you're in custody, all right? This is your Miranda warning. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights.
Hashtag justice for Vivian.
For advice before we ask you any questions, and have them with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop.
You can hear his voice shaking. He is terrified. Good. You don't treat citizens this way.
I'm not going to ask you any questions right now. What I am going to tell you is you were pulled over for your speed and your headlight, okay? Your speed was 37 and 30, not that big of a deal, and your headlight was out on your driver's side. Just pulling you over to let you know. If you would have just given me your license and your registration like I asked you to do, you would have gone away with a warning tonight, okay? But however, since you decided to pull this right here, where you don't want to comply, you don't want to give me...
Wait, you decided to pull what right here? If there was anybody pulling anyone or anything out of anything, it was you, officer, pulling her using excessive force, keyword, excessive force, against a 18-year-old civilian. If anybody was pulling anything, it was you pulling her.
Your ID, and you think you're going to run the scene, you're now going to jail. Do you understand?
For what?
You were not. How many times did I ask you? You were not. I've got a body cam on. It'll show you not pulling your ID out.
Will it though? Because it looks like we don't have the body camera footage unless we're missing something.
I asked you to step out of the vehicle. You step out of the vehicle. You don't get to sit there and tell me how I'm going to do my job. Do you understand?
Wow. Somebody needs an attitude check. Did you see how he slammed the car door in her face the minute she started at... No, this officer is a menace and a danger to society. He needs to be removed from the force. He's gonna kill somebody very, very soon. Probably within the next 3 to 4 months, I would venture a guess, if he's not pulled from the force yesterday.
Pull over for headlight speed.
He's too hot-headed.
Cracks her window. Ask her to roll it down the rest of the way. Cracks it another ½ inch. Ask her to exit. She refuses to exit until I tell her why. Tell her about 4 or 5 times to exit the vehicle. You
have to give a reason. Usually they'll say, oh, I was afraid for my safety. You have an 18-year-old girl whom, God forbid, she just starts hiding her hands or something like that. Well, sure, then maybe you have a reason to act. You can't act just because they're not complying with your ass. Do you understand that, Officer Schimmel? Just because they're not complying immediately with your direct demands does not mean that you can use excessive force against another civilian! Damn, it angers me.
On this route, refuse to exit. So, pulled her ass out, put her in arm bars, slammed her to the ground, got her in custody.
How old is she?
She said she's 18.
Okay.
So
You dumbass.
You're gonna have to back out there.
Plug up the whole damn parking lot.
Okay, well, the problem here, sir, is that she pulled in here. I didn't pull her in here, so get off my scene.
The problem is, sir, is she pulled in here. I didn't pull her in here, so get off my scene! Why does he sound like a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum after he didn't get his cookie? Very, very dangerous individual. Does not belong on the police force. Maybe a clerk somewhere? No, even that is too generous for him. I'm trying to think somewhere where he's not. Maybe a lumberjack. How about that? Lumberjack, just so that he can yell at the trees. That's a good profession for this guy. Go be a lumberjack. Yell at the trees. And at the birds. Unfortunately, I guess the birds will get the brunt of Schimmel. Damn,
Get off my scene.
Demand higher standards for training for law enforcement who are sworn to uphold the law. Demand that law enforcement know the law that they are enforcing. And having a bad day is not a reason to violate your civil rights. Thank you all for joining me, everybody. The link to the original video is in the description below. Thank you all for coming to Raw Law Unfiltered, your favorite show on the internet, with your favorite host, the DUI Guy Plus. And I will see you all in the next video. Every day, 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Saturdays, we're going live. Bye, everybody.